So the app is up, it's running, and Visual Studio Code you have already installed. Just launch VS Code. Just go to Start menu, look for Visual Studio Code and launch it. This is how it will look like to start with. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Go to File option and save Open folder and browse to the location where your project is actually present. You have to open that folder as well. Once you are inside that folder, you can click on Select Folder. For Angular apps, we don't have project files as such. Hence, the folder needs to be opened here. If this prompt is coming, just make sure you select this checkbox. Trust the authors of all files in the parent folder demos and click on Yes. Your project content should be visible here. Yes? Package.json is the file which contains the name of the node packages which your application is using. So practically the packages which you have installed go here under dependencies, and the development type dependencies go over here, which will be required only to be used when the application is running in development mode. If it is running in the final deployment mode, what we call as production mode, then only dependencies from here will be used. So in order to install any package, we can make an entry over here with the package name colon followed by version number in double quotes, and then on command line we say npm install, it automatically installs the package. Or else directly if you say npm I and the package name, it will install the package and will make the entry here also. So either way you can do it. Then here there are two folders on the top, Node Modules and Src. Do you see? Node Modules contains all the node packages which your application actually is using. Do you get it? Src contains all source code files. So if you expand Src, these are some of the files where you have one called as index.html, which is actually the shell of your program, just like layout.cshtml we had in MVC. It contains the main HTML structure, which loads the page and keeps it loaded always. When you switch, the menu system is actually built here, and which allows you to switch from one view to another. Only the portion which requires the changes to be done is changed. Rest of the things remain as it is. So that rest of the thing is actually controlled by this HTML page. All HTML stuff you will find here. There is one non-HTML thing on line number 11 on my screen. Do you see? Can you read what is it?
App root.
What is it? Or what it could be, if you have any guess.
Maybe where we are hosting.
Here we are plugging in all our Angular operated or Angular controlled components or features. app root is not something which is recognized by HTML parsers. The browser will not understand this. This is something where the Angular framework has to come in and take over. For that, here you have a file called as main.ts, which is setting a few things for you. And then if you go to app, here you have something called as app module.ts. Then you have something called as app component.ts. App module is basically a wrapper for app component. I would say container. App component, if you read, there is a component being defined where there is a property called a selector being set to app root. So it automatically detects app root within my index.html page and then replaces that with the template provided by this file app.component.html. And for styling, it uses this style sheet path. So if I look at app.component.html, this is where all the content actually is defined. You can see it's not starting with HTML head, body and all that. It just contains some basic CSS information followed by the HTML information directly going with div, right? Understood? If you make any changes to this file, that will be directly reflected in the view that you are having loaded into the browser here. This all content is coming from this file only. So if I select all this content and get it deleted and save this file, I don't need to stop and start the server again. Basically, Angular comes up with hot reload feature, which automatically detects the changes in the content, and at runtime it builds the application, it compiles the application, detects the changes and reflects into the browser automatically. So even the browser need not be refreshed. Here you can see it must have already detected the changes and did the compilation also. Okay, I have my server stopped actually. For some reason I did that. Server must be running when I make changes and save. In that case, my browser automatically gets refreshed. ngserv also compiles the application once again, so that if there are any changes, those changes will be accommodated. So in your case, if ngserv was already running, the browser must have refreshed on its own. Did you check that?
So could you please repeat what the changes were made?
No changes. I just deleted all the contents of app.component.html file and saved it.
Okay.
Select all, delete. The content, not the file. Understood?
Yes, it is deleted.
So this file app.component.html is completely empty. Save it. And if your server was running already, your browser must be showing the output like this. Blank white page. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so all of our UI will go in this app.component.html or any other component only. One component may use another component also, right? I may have dependent component as well, correct? But this is something which will bring in the main UI. If I put one tag and say hello, ng, that is Angular, save it, go to the browser. It must have been already updated. Yes. I delete it again, save it back, and I go to the browser. Browser automatically refreshes. Yes or no?
Sir, in my case, it is not happening, sir.
Is your server running?
Yes, sir.
After refreshing manually, is it showing the updated content?
No, sir.
Which means your contents that are changed, you have not saved them. First save it.
I have saved, sir.
If it is saved, it won't work. I mean, it should have been reflected. Can you share your screen? There is only one copy of your application, right? Right,
Yes,
Kalyani?
sir. Yes, sir.
Just go to file and say save. Refresh the browser manually. It's showing it is getting refreshed. Can you see the circle icon?
Yes, sir.
Meanwhile, you can copy that URL and paste it in another tab. Let's see what it does. Seems to be some issue with the server because it should not take this long because your application is being served locally. Just stop your server and start again.
Like you can try once in that Microsoft Edge instead of Google Chrome. Maybe it might work.
Browser should not be a problem in majority of cases because here we have not put anything. In fact, we just deleted the content, right? So if issue is there with the browser, that is usually with the compatibility. Now, if there is no content compatibility issue, I don't think would be a problem. It's not working here as well. Just stop the server, Kalyani. Yeah, go there and press Control C. Y and ng serve again.
Sir?
Ng serve. Wait for the server to come up. Looks like your server was paused for some reason. Okay, now browse. See, it worked.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Right, so if you feel that you did everything correct but the things are not working, this is what you have to do. Stop the server and run, start it again. Your server process may have went bad.
Okay, sir.
Okay, stuck somewhere. That's why you got the issue.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Yes,
I have a question.
yes.
So how the browser actually knows that there is a change in the source code at the server side?
It's not the browser, it's basically your ngServe, the Angular server that has been created. It basically has been designed to keep watch on the files. If any file it finds is getting changed when you save, so there is a watcher component in Windows in most of the operating systems. It lets your server process know that it has changed. So it does a recompilation and it sends the notification to browser to refresh.
Okay, so what? How it sends a notification to the browser?
Just a message goes back to the browser.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Whichever browser session is connected, so server knows about that. Okay, this is the connection I have, right?
Yes, yes.
And with that, it sends a notification, whichever browser it is, that this code has changed, so you have to refresh. That automatically gets refreshed.
Okay, okay. Got it.
Understood?
Yes.
So it's a server side feature, not the browser level. Okay. Fine till here, everybody. Now here I need to create a backend component called a service, which will be doing all the talks to my backend web API. Web API is already running here, right? If I go to Swagger, if I don't get to see the Swagger page, that means you have not yet started your Visual Studio Web API project. Please go ahead and start it. You should see the Swagger page. And this is the API which I want to communicate with from within my Angular application. Do you get that? So how do I add a service? For that, I go back to command line, I stop my server, and here I issue the command. To stop the server, you have to press Ctrl C. Then I say ng G for global, what type of resource I want to add, S is service, and then the name of the service which I want to add. So I say it is DEPTS. ng DEPTS API. Maybe I can say proxy, because as I said, this is going to do the talks with the backend service, but this code itself is going to run inside the browser. So typically this component which I am creating is going to be a proxy service for my actual API. Yes or no? On behalf of my client application, it will talk to API, and on behalf of the API, this is the component which will make the data available to my application. Kind of a mediator on client side. So we call it as proxy service. This is the proxy service for whom? It is basically for departments API. So I call it as departments API proxy. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Press enter. It will generate two files actually. Shortly, it should show the names as well. It created departments API proxy.service.spec.ts, which is ideally used by the testing framework, if any being used. And then there is departments API proxy service.ts, which contains the actual code. Here, I will immediately say ngServe. Before pressing enter, just confirm if you are done with this command and you are able to see these two statements. Yes? These two files, I mean. ngServe. So that my server gets started. And now if I go to Visual Studio Code, click on the Explorer view here on the top, you will find the two new files which are added. If I go to spec.ts, this is all about integrating with the testing module. As of now, we are not doing any testing, so this file is of no use for us. The file which is of some use for us is this departments-api-proxy.service.ts. What do you see there as the default generated code? Yes?
Class and root.
It imports some module, a class called as injectable from the module Angular core. Here it sets a property provided in for the injectable class, that is root, which basically will make this service injectable from within the root application itself. So that we will see shortly where it is injected. And then there is a class being defined called as departments API proxy service. Service is the default suffix added for all Angular services. The actual name is this much only, right? The class need to be exported. If the export keyword is not there, this class will be having the local scope in this file only. If I want this class to be usable across different files of this project, the export keyword is required. Otherwise, it won't work. Do you get it? Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Now here we need to write some code. So that starts with importing couple of classes from a module. So we say import empty curly braces from. We first complete the from part. In single quotes, you have to give the name of the module from where you want to import. Guys, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
Okay, so I believe there was a miss at the last part over here, right? I got some disconnection error here. So just finish this statement first. This is the module that I am importing from. This is just like namespaces, right? What classes I want to import from here? I explicitly say I want a class called as HTTP client, which allows me to create HTTP requests. And the request may require headers like accept header, content type header, and all, like what we are doing from within the Swagger UI and the Postman. So for that, I also import the class called as HTTP headers. Save. Make sure you save the code on regular basis. The moment you complete a statement, just press Ctrl S. It saves it all. Okay. Here, now in the class just before the constructor, I create a private data member which is read only as well by the name API URI colon string, which means I want this variable to be of type string. Remember, the file extension is TS over here. Means we are not writing JavaScript, we are writing the TypeScript code. TypeScript is more object oriented, very near to C#. And then the TypeScript compiler translates all this code into JavaScript, because browser at the end will understand JavaScript only. But with this, the code becomes much more simplified and more type safe as well. Equal to, here I need to provide the URL of my web API. So for now I can say https://localhost. This is the common part for all of us. Colon, the port number for the service is different. I'll put it in a short while. Here I say /API/ the name of the API. For me, my API name is departments API. I can verify it from here. It's departments API and the port number is 44351. So I put the port number 44351. You can check what is your port number. In the Swagger UI, you will find it. And then the name of the API. It's departments API. So here I put API/departments API. This is not case sensitive. This is just URL. And if still it is confusing, you can actually put the actual case also, no problem. Semicolon at the end. And then the next thing will be in constructor, which sets up some initial stuff. Done till here?
Yes, sir.
I hope you understand why we defined this. With every call, providing this URL, which will be common for every call, will not be good. So I just put this at one place and then I will be reusing this variable everywhere. Whatever needs to be appended to it as parameter, I will append that in that specific method. Make sense? Common part I have defined here. Yes?
Yes.
Now constructor receives a service injected into it as a private member of this class named as HTTP of type HTTP client. So basically it's an instance of HTTP client class that I've created here and associated it privately with the departments API proxy service object. Do you get it?
So could you please repeat what you just said?
I just said I have created an instance of HTTP client class by the name HTTP and associated it as a private member of this class. Just
Okay.
like how API URL is associated with the class as private member. Constructor can also do these things. And why constructor being used? Why not new? The thing is, I want system to initialize this for me instead of me initializing explicitly, so that I don't need to specify any configuration over there. Do you get that?
Yes.
Rest of the constructor body, I'll keep it empty. So even if I keep it like this, how it was, that is also okay. It was like this, so that is also okay. Understood? Constructor is helping me out to get the instance of HTTP client class within this variable HTTP that is private member of this class with this definition. Understood? Then here I say there is another data member for this class named as HTTP options. I create it as a literal object. So this object has got a property called as headers. I have to use the JSON syntax. I say new HTTP headers. In the constructor of HTTP headers, there goes another JSON object, where I say the first property is content dash type assigned to what we assigned in Postman.
Application.
Application dash JSON.
JSON. This is a client application. So don't you think I would be required to set this also? As Postman was a client application only, which was required to set the content type. So don't you think my own application would need that as well? I have to. I need to tell what type of request is going and what type of input is going as the request body, correct? Just make sure there is no semicolon. I put it accidentally, but that's not required here. If you want to put it anyhow, it should be here on line 17. That's the end of the declaration. Then the actual methods which will be interacting with my service. So here I create 4 methods, starting with a method named as getData. You can guess what this method is supposed to do. Call the getAllDepartments API, right? That's what it does. It says this dot HTTP dot. I want to create a HTTP GET request, so I call the GET method here, and I need to pass the URI where the request has to go. So I say this dot API URI. Whatever it returns, practically in our case it is going to be a JSON array. I will say return it to the caller of this method. I will just do the hand holding as a service here. Understood?
Yes.
Next goes as post data method. This post data takes in a parameter named as form data. Type is not known as of now, so I say any. This is like giving the data type object. So based on the actual value, it will be decided what is the data type of form data. It could be URL encoded form data. It could be something like some JSON object or something. So I just say any. Then I say return this dot HTTP dot post dot API URI. That's the first parameter. Now this is post, so it will require request body. Hence, I need to say there goes form data. And then the next parameter it is asking for is options. So I pass HTTP options there. Understood? So it will say that the request body will be of type JSON. Is it clear?
Yes, it is.
Copy this post data and paste it below it. Change the name to put data. Receives 2 parameters. First is ID of type number, comma, next is form data of type any. Returns this dot HTTP dot put, this dot API URI. API URI needs to carry ID also into it. So I say plus, append slash, plus, append ID dot to string, as ID will be numbered. So I want to convert it to string to append it to a string. And then I say goes form data along with HTTP options, because there is a request body, the options are required. Understood? Copy put data, paste it, change the name to delete data. It takes in just single parameter ID number. So I remove this part. And what it returns is this dot HTTP dot delete. this dot API URI plus slash plus ID dot toString. The other two parameters not required here. That's how our API has been designed for. Is it clear?
Yes, sir, it is.
I hope everyone is done till here. It's quite straightforward, right? Whenever the call comes, talk to the API and whatever it is returning, give me back. Single line of code, so it's easy to understand. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
I'll wait for a minute, just finish everything.
So for me, it's showing error near HTTP options.
Yes, sir. Same is happening with
Is it here or is it here? Line number 13 in my case or 24, 28?
24 and 28, sir.
Check whether you have defined HTTP options correctly on the top first. And the same name you should be using here.
I also face the same issue. I think we have entered the HTTP options inside constructor. Check the quotes
Correct.
parenthesis.
Constructor is ending over here only. And this is outside the constructor.
Yeah, I have done outside the constructor.
Cross check it once again. See the punctuations also, the curly braces and the parentheses and all.
Yes, sir. For me, it got resolved, sir.
Spelling and the case also. Whatever you have used here should be used here as well.
I'm not able to resolve the issue.
Okay. Can you paste your code from this file, complete code from this file in chat box? I want complete code right from line 1.
I can't paste the complete code. I have to send it in two parts.
No problem. You can put 17 lines. Okay, so you have import injectable from, that was the default thing. Then import HTTP client, comma HTTP headers from Angular common HTTP. Fine. Then you have injectable
So
provided
this
with
is
root,
showing up
that
the
is
same
default.
error for my code also, like this dot
Wait,
HTTP
wait,
option.
wait. Let me see. Private read only API URI string equals to the path. That is fine. Then constructor private HTTP colon HTTP client curly braces closed. Then you have HTTP options is equal to headers. H should be small. After curly brace, you have that, right?
Yeah.
This one I'm saying.
Yeah.
Colon new HTTP headers,
Yeah, it got resolved now.
content
Yes,
type,
it's
application JSON, and then you have it right. So just check.
Capital H made the difference.
Yes. This TypeScript also is a case sensitive language, no? As I said, it is close to C#. I hope it's resolved for all.
yes, it's resolved for me also.
Good. So the service component is ready. We can save this code and close this window. I mean the tab. Done? Open app.component.ts file now from Src app folder. It should have some code like this. Yes?
Yes, sir.
One import statement already there, importing a component. Now it is actually a component, not a service. Component will have the actual code, just like the controller code. Okay? Here we say import empty curly braces from our own service. What is the name of our service and where it is? It's there in the same folder, so I can say dot slash departments API proxy dot service. The file name I need to give without extension and with the same case. I picked it up from the IntelliSense. This is the name I put without extension. Now what can be imported? There is only one thing to be imported there. What is it? Departments API proxy service. Update your code accordingly. Done?
Yes.
Another import. This time some built-in components I'm going to import here. So import empty curly braces from, there is a feature in Angular called as Angular Forms, which allow me to work with the forms. Basically an extension to HTML forms only. So here I say at Angular slash forms is the module from which I want to import. What all things I want to import goes here. Form group, form control, comma, validators. These are the classes actually that are hybrid of HTML and Bootstrap and JavaScript, jQuery, made available by Angular Forms. Right? By default, there is a combination which is created and made available here. Got it? This component definition you need not change. This will remain as it is, which targets approved. Here comes the actual class. Again, why export is there, you can understand. I want this class to be available throughout the application. So export class app component, which is as of now just setting the title of the application. I'm okay with it. Create a constructor here. Constructor and TypeScript is created by the name constructor. It will have its own body as well. And then here I inject that proxy service as a private member of this class, just like how we injected HTTP service in that service component. I say private, I'll name the member as proxy colon, which is going to be the instance of department's API proxy service class. The role of the constructor is this much only. Make sure the curly braces are finished here, and whatever next you are going to write goes outside. Understood? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Now here I need to set up the state and the form instance. Okay. So I say the main state data is represented by a property called as data, which could be of any type, because until unless I don't call the API, I don't know what data I'm going to get. It could be array, it could be collection, it could be something else, individual object or string or int or char or float. So I say any. Then I say there is another member for the class department form, which will represent the form of type form group. So I have to make sure that when I create the HTML version of the form, there I actually define it as a form group so that it will be detected here. I say it is initialized to new form group with no initial data assigned to it. So I put empty curly braces, that is new instance of some JSON object. I want one more property over here, submitted of type Boolean, which will keep track of whether the form is submitted or not. By default, it has to have the value of false. So I'll say Boolean is equal to false. That's the initial value. And then I also have another data member called as event value of type any. And here I say the value for it is save. To start with, I would be using basically the same button for save and update, and I want to change the title of that button to save or update based on what I am doing within the UI. If I've clicked edit, the form should display me the existing data for that record, and the button should have the title update. If I click new record, in that case, the form should show empty content and the title of this button should be saved. And default also it should be saved only. Understood? For that, I'm going to use event value. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes,
Once we
sir.
write code, it will be more clear when we use it. Here I handle one of the method which is actually an override from the base class of the component. App component by default inherits from component. ng on init is predefined into it, which I'm just overriding here. So I say ng on init definition says it's a void function. That means it doesn't return anything, but has got some code into it. What I want is whenever the component is initialized, I first want a function called as getData to be called. Not from the service, the local function getData to be called. It's okay that it shows error because the getData function is not yet created in local scope. Okay. We will be creating it shortly. So ignore the error for now. Then I say this dot department form, one of the data member we defined here, to be initialized equal to new form group which will be based on a JSON object definition defined here. I have a property department number which will be bound to a form control instance. So I say new form control. Initial value is 0 and the validations which are required. So I say validators dot required, which makes it mandatory. Then I say dname is the next property which is assigned to new form control. Initial value is empty string, comma. Here also I say validators dot required. And then I have location colon new form control. Initial value is empty. I don't want any validator working on it. So my form data, in fact, the form is also ready with all the validations that are required. Then come outside this ng on it. Just one curly brace is there after this, right? At this level, now I'll code that get data method which is being called inside ng on init. So here goes get data function, the local one. What it actually does is the proxy object to call get data function and then uses a method called as subscribe on it to subscribe for the output that is coming in. Here I say but subscribe actually needs to receive some data. So here I put another parenthesis in between where I say it receives the data which is of type object, and there goes the callback function. So arrow curly brace which I put it on multiple lines, and then I say whatever received data is there, assign it to the local data property which we have created here. Like this. Basically what is happening is this get data when called here will just talk to the proxy, will call the get data method of the proxy. Whatever data comes back will be assigned to this parameter automatically, which is then processed by this callback function code that assigns this received data to this member. Got my point? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Next, I create another function called as delete data. So here again, I need to go outside get data and then say there is a function called as delete data that takes in a parameter ID of type number. And simply says this dot proxy dot delete data, passes the ID to it, and then subscribes for the outcome. So again the same thing within parenthesis, data of type object is received, handled by the callback function. Here goes arrow, curly braces, and I just need to recall get data over here so that it refreshes my view. There are better ways for this also, but for now I am just doing this. Understood? Still here?
Yes, sir.
Then I have to handle another event on submit of the form. So I say on submit. Simply I put a switch on this dot event value. If event value is save, I call this dot save function. Not created yet, we will create it shortly. So ignore the error. Then break. Case if it is update this dot update is the function I want to call. Ignore error here as well. Update function not created yet. We'll be creating it shortly. So basically when I click the button, if the title of that button is save, call save function. If the title of that button is update, call update function. That's what I'm saying. Do you get it?
Yes.
Now again go outside on submit. First save function I'll create here. So here goes save and that error goes away, right? Correct? Code for this. Save, I first of all say this dot submitted equal to true. The condition if this dot department form, which is form group instance, dot invalid, means it has got some invalid input. I just don't want to progress. I say return. Ignore everything else. If all good, here I say this dot proxy dot post data practically I need to pass department form value, but that value is going to be in the form of object. I need to convert it to JSON. For that, first I need to convert it to JSON string, and then I need to pass that JSON string to convert it to JSON object. That's a two-step operation. It starts like this. JSON, there is an object provided by JavaScript and TypeScript directly. I say dot parse. This will give me the final JSON object based on what is returned by JSON.stringify. This is going to be a JSON string that gets returned. This JSON string will be created based on this dot department form dot value object. This will be a multi-part form data object which will be converted to JSON string and then to JSON object. Direct conversion is not there. Hence I need to go for two-step conversion. And then at the end I say dot subscribe. Data colon object, that means data of type object, lambda expression, just like what we have seen till now. Yes? What I want to do here is call the method this dot reset form so that it is ready for the new entry. Again, this reset form is not a built-in function. We will be creating it. So ignore the error for now. So when save is called, I want to call the proxy service post data. Post data takes JSON object only. That's why this all conversion thing is happening. Otherwise, I could have passed this directly. Understood? Reset form will be clearing the form for the new data entry. Let's create the reset form method first. What it simply does is calls get data once again so that it reloads the grid. This dot department form dot reset function I'll call. So the object gets reset for department form. This dot event value I set to save. I restore the original state, and here I say this dot submitted equals to false. So reset form is done. When I say department form dot reset, it will automatically clear the form. Good. Then again outside reset form, let's create another method called as edit data. Should receive the parameter data of type any. This method is going to be called when I click on edit button against any record. What I want is that record should be passed to this method in the form of data, and with the help of this data object, it should set the values by default in the controls so that the existing values gets displayed. I need to change only the value that I want. So further I go and say this dot form dot controls. Which control I want to read goes here. It is department number. Control with the name department number dot set value. I want to set the controls value to data dot department number. Copy and paste this 3 times. Here the name goes as the name. This will be location. Accordingly, the changes here. Data dot rename and data dot and finally here I update this dot event value to update. The button text has to become update, right? I hope this is clear. In Swagger, we copied the data from get to put, and then we made the changes to the fields we wanted and then click send. So that is what we are automating here. Understood? One last thing pending, that is the update method. So here we go and write update method. Here I say this dot submitted true. If then the validation needs to be performed. So this dot department form dot invalid. Just return. Don't do anything. If all well, this dot proxy dot data. What to put is this dot department. It has 2 parameters, right? One is ID and one is the department object. So I say department form dot value dot department number goes for ID, comma the JSON version of the complete form object. So here I copy this paste it here. And then at the end, dot subscribe. Parenthesis, which accepts the parameter data, colon, of type object, goes in the callback function, where I say this dot reset form. That's it. The component is also ready. Yes or no?
Yes, it is.
Just make sure you're done with all till here. Is it done?
Yes, sir.
Now I am pasting some HTML in the chat box. Just copy the same. That's basically the design. I'll explain it. It's lengthy HTML and there are more chances of typo errors. That's why I'm pasting it in the chat. Okay, I also need to split it. Just a moment. First, you open Notepad and compose the whole code there, and then paste the entire code together into the file I will tell you. Okay? Even 25 characters are not supported. Lines. That's bad. So here goes the first part. Copy and paste this in Notepad. Here goes the second part. Paste this below the first part in Notepad, same Notepad window. This is the third part, paste it further below. And one small fourth part is also there, paste it further below. Minor changes will be required because the naming we have used little differently over here in our program. So once it is composed completely, all four parts are joined one after the other in Notepad. Copy it from Notepad and then open your app.component.html file from which previously we deleted all the content, right? Paste all this code here in this file and then go to the top. So this is pure HTML stuff with Bootstrap. Class container, this is defined in Bootstrap. I create a form named as department form and I assign form group Angular element type to it so that the form group instance is created. This is just the heading that I am displaying. Then another division, then table I am creating here, table body, table row, table heading, department number, table data, which is the cell, input type, number, that will give me the numeric input, form control name that needs to conform to the properties that we are using, class form control, then another div. This is interesting. Here we are using some Angular stuff, right? Star ng, if this is Angular token, this is like if I'm giving the if statement right over here. This div altogether is going to appear when there is an error. If there is no error, this div will not be added to the DOM. And that is why we are checking if value of submitted is true and if department number property contain an error, then only this div should be displayed with class text danger, means any content going inside this div appearing in red color. What it should display inside it. Again, here I'm checking if the error on department number is of type required. I display this message department number is required. Understand? If I have more validation types, in that case, I will have separate divs created here for each individual validation type. Understood? If you have understood this TD, I would say this TR. Understanding the next TR is nothing special. This is exactly the same thing. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
This is exactly same thing for dname. Then the next TR, here you can actually delete this div. We don't have any validation going on for location, so you can delete this part. Here I just have TD with input type text, form control name location, class form control. That's it. Make the change. And then there is next here. Within the TD, I say call span 2 means it occupies 2 columns. I have a button, type button, normal button, class. This is Bootstrap class, BTN primary. This is Angular stuff. I am binding on submit method to the click event of this button. And here this is Angular expression I'm using, where it shows event value as the text of the button. Curly brace, event value, curly brace, curly brace. So conditionally we are changing it to save and update, right? Whatever is the current value of event value, that will be displayed here. In the component.ts file, we have defined all these things. Yes?
Yes, sir, but
Now, if you further scroll down, here is the table where the actual data which is already present is going to be displayed. Table, T head, TR, TH department number, DNAME, location, couple of empty TH, then goes table body, TR. What is this star ng for? Angular token for each equivalent. This is typical for each behavior. Let D of data means for each D in data, where data represents the collection returned. For every single D, I am looking to create a row. Each row will have 5 TDs, where first TD should display me the value of department number for that current object. Second should display name. Third should display location. Then the fourth one should display an hyperlink. When clicked, edit data method should be called. Edit data, if we see, we have E small there, so make E small. And the current object is being passed, whose data will be displayed in the controls. Rest is bootstrap stuff. Fifth cell is again having hyperlink for delete operation, so it calls delete data on click, to which we pass the current object's department number, and there is a bootstrap class. So that is all about our UI part, because we are going to do something in browser. Ultimately, the browser understands HTML to show something, right? This is all HTML extended by using Angular framework. Wherever required, we are using Angular features. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Yes.
I'm getting an error like in the second line of your code. This
File?
Yeah, this file. Yeah, in the form group, I'm getting an error saying it can't bind to form group since it isn't a known property of form.
Just ignore that for now.
Okay.
Your HTML parser is giving that error. Probably because things are not yet compiled properly, it's not showing you the Angular features there. You copied it as it is, right? There is no extra character or extra space or anything.
No.
Yeah, just ignore it for now.
No.
Once this is done, next you have to go to app.module.ts. Right now, if you go to the browser, either it may not be showing anything or it may be showing error. Yes, because things are not yet complete. So that is okay. Go to app.module.ts, which has got some code already. NJ module, browser module, app routing module, app component already added. We are going to import some of our own things. So here I say import. From. These are global imports basically, so that they are available in individual services and components. I say I want to import forms here to make them available throughout the application. I'm looking for forms module, and there is an extension of forms module called as reactive forms module. You can read in detail exactly what reactive forms module do later on. That's a Angular specific feature, remember. Another import statement that imports from at Angular /Brahman /HTTP. What I want to import from here is the component or the class called as HTTP client module, which will make the HTTP client class work in the service. If I don't do this, HTTP client will not work. Then I say import. Here I'm going to import my own stuff now from dot slash departments API proxy dot service. What I want to import is departments API proxy service. The NJ module being defined. App component is there, so it is reading the app component. Imports browser module, app routing module, that's okay. Before, apart from this, I also want to import forms module. Make available for entire application from here, along with reactive forms module, along with HTTP client module. And then providers will have departments API proxy service. From here, it will actually inject into the constructor. And that's it. So your module is also configured. One last thing that is pending now is some configuration in a file called as angular.json, which must be at the root of this folder. So if you are done, we can proceed. Is it done?
Yes, it's done.
Yes. Yes.
Sir, I'm getting an error on compiling. It says that cannot find module VM or its corresponding type declarations. In
We'll look into
app.com.
it. We'll look into it. Just wait.
So can you please show your app.component.html? HTML.
Here it is. Which part you want?
I just wanted to check mine from the start.
Okay. Just give me a minute. Department form is this. This is this. This is this. This is this. That's all fine. Event value is with small e. Okay. Fine. Check till here.
Yeah, I'm checking line number 29. It's different what I've done.
Give me a second again. Client module from Angular common HTTP and HTTP client module I have put here as well. So that's all. Yeah.
It's okay now. Thank you.
You checked it till end or only the first part you wanted to check?
Take the first part only.
Okay. Just wait a moment. Okay, so here now let's go for the file angular.json, which is right at the root of the ng app. Some configuration file it looks like, right? Under build, look for the option styles and scripts. Here we have to make some entries. Before this src styles.cs, put double quotes and put your own path where you are looking to import some bootstrap style into your project. So here you say /node underscore modules / bootstrap / dist / css / bootstrap .min.css. This is the file we want to import from node modules folder. And then in scripts also, couple of entries will go. I'll say double quotes, comma, double quotes on the next line. Here also, I want to take something from node underscore modules / jQuery / jQuery dot min yes followed by / node underscore modules / bootstrap / test / js / bootstrap dot min dot js. You can go to node modules folder and see all these files. You already have your folder open here. So let me show you that. This is my app. This is node modules. Under node modules, the first style information we are taking from Bootstrap folder. In Bootstrap dist folder, in dist we are going into CSS, and there we are looking for bootstrap.min.css. This is the one, bootstrap.min.css. That's the path we have given in styles. In second case, where scripts are being set, there are two entries we made. One was node modules, followed by jQuery. So here is jQuery folder, dist, and we are looking for jQuery.min.js. So it is this. Next, we are looking for node modules, bootstrap again, JS. In fact, in that first we are getting into dist, then JS, and then from there we are looking for bootstrap.min.js. Here it is. Yes. So these are real files. Save and close. Let's see in the browser. Okay, it says failed to compile. In such cases, okay, here it shows me the error also, in fact, on console. That's good. It has got some problem with event value. Yes, that's because the case in our implementation is using small e rather than capital E. So this error is in app component.html here, where you are binding to submit button. So make the E small, save, and here on the console you get compiled successfully message. That means all well. Now if you go to the browser, you should have your UI ready.
So can you repeat what did you do in app components.html?
Just one small change, just find curly brace event value and change the E to small e.
So where small e? Acha, event value.
Event value, small e.
Okay.
There is no data getting displayed, do you see? Whereas our department table has got some data into it. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
What's the reason? Any idea? How do I find? Here I say press F function key F12 on your browser. You will get to this console where there is a button for error. See, red cross is there. If I click on that, here it shows access to XML HTTP request at so and so API from origin so and so has been blocked by CORS policy. No access control allow origin header is present on the request resource as well. Hence, failed to load the resource, and hence the HTTP error response is there. So you know what's happening? This website and the API which is running on a different website are actually two different websites. For security reasons, this cross website communication is not allowed. You might say I'm running on the same machine. That's true. But there are two different servers on two different ports. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
That's why this communication is not allowed. So what that means is I need to close my API application, stop it, and make some changes here to give the permissions to such request. Let's say from localhost 4200, or maybe because right now I am in development mode only, I want everyone to be allowed. Understand? For that, first of all, I need to add a package here. Go to your API project, references, right click, manage NuGet packages. Browse and search for a package named as Microsoft.ASP.NET dot web API dot cors. Here you get it. Microsoft.ASP.NET.WebAPI.cors. Yes. Install this package. Sometimes the packages take a lot of time. I don't know the reason, but can't help. We have to wait. So meanwhile, this is happening. Maybe what we can do is little bit of configuration is required in web API config file. We'll just get there. Web API config.cs. Here I import system. Okay, there it came. Preview changes, I'll say okay, I accept, and this must be done in the backend. Here I say dot web dot http dot cors and then just before this map http attribute routes, I say where cors equal to enable cors attribute. I want the request from all origins having any headers for any methods get, post, put, delete. Asterisk means all. And then using this policy, I say config dot enable cors using the policy represented by the object cors. And then right click the project here and rebuild first of all. So just couple of lines I have added here after adding the package. And To use the same, here I've used this namespace. Done?
Sir, you have added web API config.cs as a class or as a...
Web API config.cs is already
Achha, it's
there in
already
app
there.
start folder, right?
Okay,
So we
okay.
just added it there. The using statement on the top and these two statements here before map HTTP attribute routes. Lengthy day, right? So React we will not be able to see today, naturally. Good that we have a continued session from tomorrow for cloud. So probably first half we will use for React and then we'll start with the cloud. I hope that's not a problem. Cloud is going to be a little easy. So as there is no code over there, it's more about understanding the steps of doing something. So we'll be able to make up. Is it clear?
Sir,
Yes, sir.
I'm getting an error in command prompt when I'm running this server.
We'll see, we'll
Network.
see. Don't worry, we'll see. Let me fix this thing on my machine first of all. Once this starts working, there will be many people for whom this will start working. And then one by one, whoever is facing issue will fix that. Okay? So if this is done, we can start the web API project. This is something I don't like about ASP.NET actually. It takes a lot of time to start up whenever you have some changes. Okay. Now if I launch my Angular application here, let's see what we get. http://localhost colon 4200 was the port. Enter. Oh, great. I get something here, but there are still few things which are like not working here, right? I don't see the data. Edit and delete are not coming as an hyperlink. Yes or no?
Mine is coming, sir.
That's great. Let's see what I have missed here. It should have worked ideally. Maybe some typo at my end. Department number, DNAME, location. This is correct. Record is coming. That's why the 5 times the rows are generated there, right? There is no problem with it.
Issue with bootstrap connections maybe.
Yeah, probably. Many times that happens if the path is not matching. So just let me confirm if there is any typo at my end here in the code. Part number, this is fine, this is fine, this all is fine. Be wrong. API is called properly. That's why 5 rows are there. Why the links are not created? At least I expected the links to be working. Says won't show all the code actually. This is. Okay. Content is coming empty. Something wrong here only. Let me change this. Okay, that seems to have worked for me. That's quite interesting. Sometimes, this is not something which works as the JSON object comes with the camel casing. I don't know how it could be going with the Pascal casing here. I need to check that, but at least the data has started coming. And let me change it here also then. They are supposed to be clickable items. Bootstrap is not getting applied. Okay, so almost there. Some small changes we need now. This is all good, and now we are using that set thing also, right? Here I need to change in app component TS. Control is okay, so this is what is going to change. Department number, DNAME, and location. Edit data function in app component.ts. There I made the change. Right, the same change we did in the UI. So now let's see. Here I want to add a new record. Let's say 50, DNAME is else, location is, let's say Pune. Save, it's added. I want to edit this. So it shows me the data. The button becomes update. I change this to Mumbai. Update, it gets updated. I click on delete, it gets deleted. So functionally everything going good. Just the bootstrap is not getting applied. I need to check on that why it is not getting applied. Make sure it's working for you. So how many of you are able to run this properly the way how I got it?
Like mine, everything is coming. Department number, location, hyperlinks, addition, deletion, everything is happening. Just the DNAME, none of the it's showing, like it's blank.
You
So
can actually play around with these things wherever DNAME is being used, right? And
yeah.
see within the API how it is coming. So for that, you can just go to Swagger.
Okay.
It's all about the mismatch in the case and all, right? So here, if I click on get and try it out, see how I'm getting it. Yeah, see, in my case here also it is just showing the Pascal case, not the camel case. And that is why I was required to change the things. Do you get it?
Sir, in VS Code, which file I like?
Two files we have to change here.
HTML and like the
HTML
second.
and the component.ts.
Okay.
Let me go there. This is app.component.ts. Edit data function. This is where you have to make change. Where in set value, not here. These are the names of the control. So there is no requirement for changing this. You have to change the data properties only. And the same thing you are doing in app component HTML as well. So that also only over here in ng4. And one last over here as you are passing the parameter department number, right?
Sir, in my case, delete button is working properly, but then the button which is toggling between save and update, it's not working. So the table is not updating with the values, or I'm not able to create another value, another record in that case.
Okay. Can I see your code?
Yeah, just a second.
Sir, for those of us like it's working for us, can we leave? Like no,
Yes,
is
for those for whom the things have worked can leave the session. This is it for today. Tomorrow morning I'll show you the fix for the bootstrap stuff. Then we'll see the similar implementation with React. We'll do a comparison between Angular and React, and then we'll start with the new thing that is cloud, Azure precisely. Okay.
yes, sir.
So bye bye and see you tomorrow 9:30 a.m. for those for whom the things are working. Okay, Samriti, just give me one moment. I'll be back.
Okay.
Yes, Samriti, I'm back.
Yes, sir. So this is the issue. Like I've written some values. I'm clicking on save. It is not
Okay.
updating. Then delete is okay. Then in the edit portion also,
Say,
if
yeah, if save is not working, update will not work
update will
either.
not work. Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, show me app.component.ts only. Can you zoom the code a bit?
Yeah.
Just increase the font size.
18.
Make it 16. Okay,
Okay.
that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so department form submitted event value. Can you remove the space before
Yeah.
save? Scroll down. Scroll down. Let's see if there is any other issue. Department form control. This is fine. Show me get data, delete data. That's okay. Case save, case update. Okay. Scroll down. Show me the reset form. You're saving it. I mean, changing the event value back to save. And then here in edit, it is getting as update. Scroll down. Update is U capital. Edit is E small. Scroll up. Show me the save method. Save is S capital. Okay. Now go to save all and then go to the HTML app component HTML.
So yeah.
Show me from top. Form group, department form, that's fine. Okay, input type number from control name, that's fine. Scroll down. Rename, that's fine. Location is fine. Scroll down. Button on submit event value. E is small. Okay, scroll down. Scroll down. Okay, all looks good now. Save this file and refresh in the browser. Try creating a new record.
Not working.
Not working. Okay. Show me app component TS. Scroll a bit up. On submit this dot event value. Is save this dot save. Is update this dot update. This dot submitted true. This dot department form dot invalid. Post data json dot parse json dot stringify. This dot department form dot value. Subscribe data object this dot reset form. Okay. Can you show me the proxy service? Save operation, post operation. This dot HTTP options. Okay. No problem here either. Okay, go to the app component. Yes. Wait. Go to the service. I guess I got it. Line number 16, content space type you have put. Replace that with content dash type.
Okay.
Save and try again.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Working,
Thank
right?
you, sir.
Hello, sir.
Sir, in my
Yes.
case,
Uh,
update and delete is not working, sir.
Only update and delete. Save is working.
Yes, sir.
Share your screen.
Sir, in my case, everything is working, just they are not showing up the buttons around like edit and delete, and but they are working. Is that okay?
So are you getting it as a hyperlink?
No, I'm not getting that as an hyperlink, but
Only
they are
edit and delete text is there, is it?
yeah, but they are working as an hyperlink only when I'm clicking on
Yeah,
them.
so what you can do is where you have put A for edit and delete button now,
Yeah,
replace that with button.
okay.
Button and slash button instead of A and slash A. You will get
Okay.
the button.
Okay, I'll do that.
Right? Once Bootstrap starts working, even if we revert back to A, that is anchor tag, it will also work.
Okay.
It is actually the theming framework which is not taking over, which ideally it should. Understood?
Yes.
Yeah, so Kalyani, tell me what's wrong.
So whenever I try to update, it's not getting updated.
Okay. Refresh and try adding a new record. Give at least 3 characters in dname. We have a constraint there, right? So save is working. Now edit this one only.
Excuse me, sir.
Till here, it's all okay. Wait, Venkat. Only update has got the issue. Can you press F12 function key?
So the ID is not getting read, sir.
Okay.
There we have written something in input data and delete
Yeah,
data.
that's what I think. That's why I wanted to see the developer tools. Can you show me your HTML component? Department number D should be capital here
Yes,
for
sir.
delete data. That's one. And then edit data is working. You save this and go to app component dot ts. Okay, scroll down. Save update. That's fine. So scroll down. Wait. I want to see the save method.
So,
This is okay. This is okay. Nothing wrong with it. Yeah. So submitted true, department form invalid, return this dot proxy dot put data, department number, json dot parse, json dot stringify this dot department form dot value, subscribe data object. This is all okay. Just save and try once more. Only edit and delete was not working, right? So first try edit. Try delete. Didn't work, right?
yes, sir.
Go to the developer tools, press F12, function key F12. Did you save the changes, Kalyani?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, go to developer tools. See, there is some error being displayed. Can you see that cross and 10? So go to the top of the error list. It's status code 400, is it?
Yes, sir.
Bad request it is coming up with. Can you refresh the whole page? Now click on delete. Yeah, now show me the first line of the error. Okay, so there is some problem here with the URL formation. Okay, go back to VS Code. Go to your proxy. API slash departments API, that's fine. Yeah, got it. Delete data, line number 28. Put parenthesis open and close after toString. After toString. ID dot toString and then parenthesis. Parenthesis means bracket. Not here, inside. Yeah. Save. Go to your browser. and try delete. So delete has started working. Let's try edit. Date. Here now we have error, that is error code. What is it? 405, is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It says method not allowed, correct?
Yes, sir.
Can I see your API code? Go to Visual Studio. Visual Studio. Show me the put method. Make it full screen. Go to the API, department API controller.
Yes, sir.
You have put. Is this API working? I mean, put working in Swagger?
Sir?
Can you go to Swagger?
Yeah. In the Solution Explorer, right?
Swagger in the browser. Remove help and put Swagger on the top in the address bar. No. Departments API. Click on get. First one. Try. Copy one of the record. Complete curly braces. Curly braces to curly brace. Copy. Then go to put. ID. First paste the data in the box. Remove that comma. In ID put 50. And then here you change Pune to Mumbai. Try it out. Scroll. Okay, so here it has worked, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just go and click the get button once again and see if department 50 location has changed to Mumbai. It is.
It's changed.
Okay, so there is no problem with the API. Now go to VS Code. Show me put data, ID number, form data, any. Wait. This dot http dot put this dot API URL plus slash plus.
Sir, in input data, the written statement is like wrong.
Right. See, there is a missing stuff there.
Yeah.
Kalyani, after API URL,
Yes, sir.
put plus, single
Colon
quote
slash.
plus after single quote, ID dot toString, S
Two.
capital, parenthesis, open close, comma. Save and now try in the browser. Working, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, in my case, like it's all like I'll share my screen. Can you see my screen, sir?
Yes, I can.
Like in my screen, everything is like working, but the data is not getting displayed here, sir.
Okay, so Bootstrap, you made any changes or it just worked?
Oh, it was just initially working, sir. Like I didn't make any changes in Bootstrap, look, but the data isn't getting read here, so the data isn't getting
That's okay.
displayed here.
That's okay. So can you show me your HTML code first? The app
Yes.
component HTML. Scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down. Change line number 101. Department number D capital. Department name D capital. Location L capital.
Oh, okay. Done.
Everything else working?
Yeah, I'll just check, sir. That is all.
So
So
edit data is not
Bootstrap, you
covered.
did anything or it just worked?
It just works, sir, like this.
It should work actually. So I don't know what's going wrong. Somewhere maybe I have a typo.
See this, it's working. So, like actually, in the event value, I changed this small v. So, like for me, it wasn't
That is
working with
required.
capital V.
Say this is based on what you have given in your app component. If you go
And
to app component.ts,
I changed something like in here, sir. Like in Azure Angular JSON, I uh, I put it like dot min dot CSS here.
that we also did. It is
It was
node
like slash
modules,
for me.
bootstrap,
Uh,
this CSS bootstrap.min. It's not able to read this file somehow.
for me, it's reading like this. Like it's showing total like
Yeah,
edit,
it's
create, color, and
yeah.
delete. Even delete is also working.
Edit data is not working for me, sir. Share my screen once.
Uh,
Yeah, go
I'll
ahead.
unshare it. Yes.
So edit doesn't work. Sorry, I was talking on mute.
Is the save working?
Yes, save works.
Delete also working, right?
Yes, delete and save works. Delete actually wasn't
Okay.
working initially, but I
Okay.
changed
So
something. Yeah.
show me app component TS. Edit data is okay. Update. Value dot department number D should be small.
Small gives another error actually.
Okay, so for that I need to see the HTML ones. Can I see the HTML? Go up. Go up. Yeah, it has to be small d only there. Go to app component TS. This is now perfect. And now go to the service. Go to the service.
Okay.
Sure. Service code and VS code. Proxy service.
Okay. So,
P.toString from data HTTP options. Okay, this looks good. Delete is also working, right, for you?
yes, delete is working.
Okay, now go back to app component. Okay. Can I see the HTML?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Just save everything. Just go to file and say save all if it is active. It's saved, already saved. Just go to browser, refresh once, click on edit for any record. Update. It's working, no? It
How
was
many
that small D only for department number which created the issue.
Okay. Thank you.
Sir, can I show once?
Yes.
Like it was working before, now I don't know how I messed it up. Like
Somewhere something got changed and that
yeah,
is
like
completely
so
unknown.
many D were changed, so I don't know, it got confused. So this is like happening even in the
I'm not
Swagger.
able to see the screen.
Oh, all right. So like this page, this is happening, and even in Swagger, I don't think the put like post is changing. I tried, and yeah, so like it's showing, but nothing is working. I think delete is working, edit and save is not working.
Okay.
I'll show the HTML code. So
Control name, department number, that's fine. Show me the next. D name, that's okay. Location is okay. Button on submit. Event value, that's okay. Scroll down further. Department. D name N is capital, right? In our case. Can you check with the API once?
Swagger, na?
Yeah.
No, N is like I checked.
You
It's
gave it small?
small. Yeah, it's small.
Just verify once.
Yeah, like I did. Yeah, okay. Get API.
Yeah.
Try it out. It's small.
Then it's okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Go back.
Repeat number.
This is also fine. Go to
Yeah,
the comp. Yes.
yeah. This
Okay,
section.
wait. Go to the HTML once more.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Go to TS.
Okay. Hmm.
Show me right from the top.
Okay. This is the top.
Data I need, department form. Okay. Submitted. Event value is small.
Do I need to change here also?
No.
Okay.
That is the control name.
Okay. Hmm.
That is fine. See, get data. That is okay. That anyways is working. Delete data also is working, right?
I think delete is working. Yeah. Also save and update for people. It's coming. Update over here. Mine is coming save.
Click on edit.
Yeah, it's not working.
Yeah.
Only
We'll
delete
fix it.
is
No
working.
worries. No worries. Go
Hmm.
back. Delete. Okay. On submit, switch this dot event value. Okay. Save. This dot save. Break. Update. This dot update break. This is fine. Go to save method.
Hmm.
This dot submitted true. Department form invalid. Return. Json dot parse. Json dot stringify. This is okay. Reset form. Till here all well. Reset form, get data, department form reset, event value say submitted false, that is okay. Edit data, department number, rename, location, set value, that is also fine. Event value is update
Hmm.
and then update data, department number, and subscribe, desktop reset form. Okay, can I see HTML once more?
Yeah.
Scroll up. Okay, scroll down. Scroll down. Click equals to 1. Okay. Event value, what you have given there, the round parenthesis or the curly braces?
It's curly braces. Both are curly.
Starting and closing both, right?
Both.
Because it is looking like round parenthesis to
Wait,
me.
wait. I can zoom. Wait. Control. Okay.
Okay. Scroll down. Scroll down. Click edit data D. Click delete data D dot department number. Okay, just save everything and restart your server once. I mean the Angular server.
So I'll close this.
This is okay. API is okay.
Okay.
Oh, you close that, so you have to start again.
It's fine. I'll just build it again. So I'll start this one. And this also Control C.
C, Y,
and ng-serve. Okay, I started this also again, and then this Control V local.
Your read operation is working fine. There is no problem with that.
Delete is working, yeah. So
Read is also working. We will check one by one.
okay, yeah. Compiled and then localhost. So this should come now. If I save, dname HIS Hyderabad and then save, it's not working.
Function F12, function key F12.
Function key F12.
Open DevTools. Click on that error 13 it is showing. Go to the top.
Department number.
Refresh the whole page once.
This page?
Yes.
Okay, done.
So right on the top itself you have error.
Department
number. Cannot find control with name department number. Okay, go to HTML. Go to the top where department number control is defined.
Department number control is here.
Wait.
Yeah. Department number is here.
Form control name, can you confirm? It is DEPTNO with N capital, right?
N capital, yeah. I double checked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then in app component TS.
Add component TS. Where? Okay.
Yeah, the file app component TS.
Okay.
Okay, wait. In HTML itself, check wherever department number as a control is being used. It is having the same thing, DEPTNO with N capital. So on the next immediate line, it is correct.
Department number. So it should be N capital. Here N capital, here N capital, here N capital.
Not
but
this.
do I have,
Go further.
okay.
Go further.
Then N capital,
Department number, department number, department number.
Yeah, N capital, N
Only
capital.
there we have it, right? As a control.
Yeah.
This is the value. This is the value.
Okay.
Now go in app component TS.
Yeah. Component TS. Same thing.
Yes. So
Department number. So this I get here N
controls
capital.
department number is correct.
Yeah, N capital.
And here value department number is correct as well for update. Can you scroll up?
Yep.
Right to the top. Submitted event value. See line number 23. I see some problem there.
Oh,
N capital.
okay. N capital.
Save.
Okay.
Scroll.
Done. This.
I believe that should be okay. Save and refresh the browser and try again.
Refresh.
Error has gone. See.
It was very stupid as a dname. JS try D and save. Yeah.
Click edit.
Done.
Make changes.
Yes.
Either rename, location, anything.
HISS.
Update.
Yeah, not working.
Update is not working. Again, function F12.
Function F12. Function F12.
We just need to see if there is any error.
No errors.
Yeah, click on update. Nothing happening, is it? Okay. Click on delete on any of the record.
It's working.
So save, read, and delete are working, except the edit. Edit is also working. Update is not working.
Update is not working. So,
fine. Go back to code and show me the HTML once again. App component HTML. So here anyways we are not calling update anywhere, right? So you can go to the just 1 minute. Yeah, so this dot update and update is here. Update
we need to call update here.
Can I see your service? No, not there.
Okay. See my
service proxy.
Service proxy. Where?
Yeah, the TS file. Proxy TS.
Okay.
Second last tab is there, right? Put data this dot http dot put this dot API URI plus / plus id dot toString form data this dot http options. Okay, there is no error here as well. Okay, go back to the component. Yes.
Oh, I got it. I didn't call it properly here.
Yeah, parentheses are missed, right?
Yeah, now it should work.
Maybe it was just digesting the error there.
Silly mistake. Yeah, worked. I didn't call it properly.
The idea is simply you have to minutely go through each and every code.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Sir, something I missed in between, sir. It's not coming.
Yes.
I'll just share the screen, sir.
Yes.
So it's coming like this for me.
Okay. Can you go to the command line? Just share your entire desktop. I can see only the browser right now. When you click on share button, there is the first option, right? Screen. So click the icon below screen.
1 second. What to press, sir?
Share button. Then you
Yes.
get a pop-up, right? There is option for screen. The option just below the screen you have to click. Yes.
Can you see now, sir? CMD?
Yes, I can. Just press Control C here. Y. Enter. ng-serve.
Getting the errors. Can you see the errors, sir?
Just a moment.
Yes. Yes.
Unhandled exception. Bootstrap.min.js does not exist. Okay, open that angular.json file in VS Code.
Yes, sir.
Line number 33 is ./node_module/bootstrap/dist/css/bootstrap.min.css and then .node modules/jQuery/dist/jQuery.min.js and then node modules bootstrap dist. Change CSS to JS on line 38.
30?
38. It should be JS.
Save. Now again, sir. CMD.
Yeah, save, go to command line and say ng-serve. Started, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, open it.
Save options. Right?
Okay. Press function key F12.
So,
Yeah, so there are errors. In the error console, go to the top, the last window on the right hand side. Scroll to the top. Cannot find control with name, department number. Okay, show me your HTML, component.html.
yes, sir. I think it will be
No,
D.
that is okay. That is okay. DEPTNO, DEPTNO, DEPTNO. Scroll down. Dename. Location L should be small here. Line 54. Scroll down. Scroll down. Department number, DNAME, location. Line number 109. D dot department number. So for that department number, D should be capital. Save. Then go to app component TS.
What's the app component?
Go to the top. Okay, scroll down. Delete data. Delete data. I want to see. That's fine. On submit. This dot save break. This dot update break. Scroll. Okay. Scroll. Get data. Department form research. Submitted false. Edit data. Department number. DNAME. Location. Event value update. Set value. Line number 91. Department number D should be capital. Next line, DNAME D should be capital. Next line, location L should be capital. Save. Scroll.
Yes.
Line number 110. Department number D should be small. Save. And then try in the browser.
Shall I refresh it? Sir? Okay.
Yes.
It came up also.
Do you have some data in the database?
From before MS SQL, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this should have been displayed, right? Go to browser. There is still some error. Can you scroll to the top of the error window?
I will refresh it. Again the same. Sir.
Scroll down. Second error I want to see. It's still looking at DNAME, department number, and probably location also. Scroll down.
Yes, sir.
Then there is an error with get.
Yes, sir.
No, let me see the error.
I'm sorry.
Scroll down. Your API seems to be not running.
That's
Go to Visual Studio, main Visual Studio. Start the program.
shit.
Now go to the other browser. Refresh.
Shall I need to do something with MS SQL, sir?
No. Did you refresh?
Yes, sir, I refreshed.
Can you expand the error for get? If you click on the arrow before get, it will expand.
This, sir.
No, arrow I'm saying. Click on that URL. Okay, show me the other browser where the API is running. 44300 it is, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you type /swagger after port number? Departments API. Get, first one. Try it out. Scroll down. Okay, here it's working, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so go back to VS Code. Go to departments API proxy.service.ts file. Go back once to Edge browser.
With what browser, sir?
Edge browser.
Okay.
Scroll up. API/dbts API. Okay. Go back to
VS Code.
yeah. This looks okay. Go to app.component.ts. This dot submitted true. If this dot department form dot invalid, return put data department form value department number Json dot parse Json dot signify department dot form value subscribe data object reset form. Okay, edit data department number dname location and that's fine. Scroll up. Fine. Scroll up. Scroll up. Scroll up. Okay, line number 22. D should be small
Yes, sir.
for department number. D name, D should be small as well. N should be capital.
L small.
L small. Save. And go to HTML once.
Sorry.
Scroll to the top. Save and go back to the browser. Refresh.
Same problem, sir.
Why it is not able to communicate with your API? Can you click that URL HTTPS localhost, which it is showing after get?
After clicking, it is going here, sir.
Copy that URL. Copy and open another tab, paste. Able to get it. Did you do that CORS policy setting?
So I installed the package, so that's it.
And then couple of lines of code was also there, right? In web API config.
No, sir, that's what I told. I
Yeah,
missed
so that
something.
is something which is missed. Stop the program and yeah, you did this. I believe this is. Wait. Open your web API config file.
This one, sir, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so here there are a few things missing. Stop the program. After the first comment, just press enter. And okay, before that, you have to import one namespace. So just click at the end of line 4, press enter.
Where, sir?
Line 4 at the end, type using system.web.http.course.
Using system dot
Web.http
web.http
.course. Semicolon. Okay, now just go to the chat window for Teams. I pasted couple of lines of code, just copy that.
This, sir?
Yeah. And get back to Visual Studio.
Where, sir? Here?
Paste it, yeah, paste it there. Save. And run. Wait for it to be started.
Shall I go to web browsers?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Finally.
Working, right?
Yes, sir. So, sir, this is save option, right, sir?
Yes.
Again, update and all.
Everything will work now. Everything is okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You can check and let me know tomorrow if
Yes,
any
yes.
issue.
Sure, sir. Thank you,
Right?
sir.
Because we have checked almost everything.
Yes, sir.
So technically it should work.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.